A very warm welcome to today's amazing session. This is Sweta, your English master teacher at Vedantu. Hope you all are doing great and staying safe at your home. So today we are going to deal with Subject-Verb Concord, which is from your NCERT Class 9 Grammar. And this is the area where most of the students face difficulty. So in your syllabus, you have gap filling editing, right? So for answering the questions related to gap filling editing or omission or these kind of questions that come up in your board exams, it is very essential, very important to know and to understand thoroughly the concept of subject-verb concord. Now, what is subject-verb concord and what are the rules regarding subject-verb concord, that we are going to discuss, and I'll make it a very simple to you, very simple, and absolutely be relaxed and start to learn with the help of examples. So let us move ahead with today's session. So guys, a gentle reminder to all of you, this exam season, boost your scores with what? Yes, our micro courses, flat at Rupee 1. You have 2,000 plus topic-wise courses which you can buy from grades 6 to 12, that is for CBSE, ICSE, JEE and NEET. So now let us begin with subject-verb concord. So what is subject-verb concord? So let us go word by word. First of all, let us see what is subject. So subject, as you all know, it is the doer of the action. So one who performs the action, he is the subject. He or she or it is the subject. What is verb? Verb is the doing word or the action word. So the subject performing the action, subject is performing the action and the action is the doing word. Whatever the subject does, okay? Concord is agreement. So there is an agreement or a bond, you could say, between subject and verb, which we call as subject-verb agreement or subject-verb concord, right? So what is that bond all about? For example, we take a subject, suppose A, this is a subject, this is your verb. So subject says that if I am singular, you should also be singular. And the verb says, okay, I agree to you. And similarly, the verb says to the subject that if you are plural, I'm also going to be plural. So then this is a mutual agreement between the two, that subject and the verb, they agree to each other. They have a bond with each other. So now let us move ahead with the details. So as I told you, what do you mean by subject-verb agreement? That means the verb should match with the subject, right? Otherwise, what will happen? The sentence will be grammatically incorrect. Now, what are the rules related to subject-verb agreement? So before moving ahead with the session, again, I would like to remind you, those of you who have still not registered for the VSAT, hurry up and get yourself registered. It is absolutely for free. So follow the link that is given there and register yourselves and win a short scholarship. So rule number 1, subject and verb must agree in number. So as I told you, if the subject is singular, the verb should also be singular. Now a very important point that you should know is subject becomes plural by adding s, verb becomes plural by deducting s. So it just goes opposite to each other. For example, he plays football, he is the subject and he is singular. And plays is the verb over here, and plays is what? It is also singular. So as I told you that the verb will add s to become plural. Okay, sorry, to become singular, as opposed to noun or subject, which become, or pronoun, which becomes like nouns usually add s to become plural as opposed to the verb. So this is a contrast which you should all remember. So very simple rule number 1. Subject plural, verb plural. Subject singular, verb singular. Very easy. So first person singular, I walk, plural, we walk. Second person, you walk, plural, you walk. Third person, he or she or it walks. Remember, they walk. Okay, this is very, very, very important. Do not write I walks. No, that is wrong. Many of the students make this mistake. This is a basic rule. Okay, always with I you have walk, or the verb does not use S with I and you. All right. So for singular as well as for plural, the verb will not add S. Please remember that. In case of only I and you, these are the exceptions. So in case of only first person and the second person pronoun, please note this in your mind. Do not make an error over here. And the third person, he, she, it becomes walks. Okay? And they walk. Moving ahead, rule number 2, the number of the subject will not change due to the words or phrases in between the subject and the verb. What does it mean? One of the glasses is empty. So first of all, your duty is to see what is the subject over here. The subject is one. Okay? So one of the glasses is empty. So the number of the subject, it will not change. Remember, that means of the glasses is coming in between one and is, right? So what will be the verb over here? It will agree to one and not glasses. All right? So one of the glasses. So please note the meaning. It means it is, conveying the sense that out of the many glasses, you are only talking about one glass. So therefore, your verb will obviously agree with one, okay, and not glasses. Second is, the bouquet of red roses smells so sweet. Bouquet is a collective noun. So that will again be singular. Your verb will again be singular. Okay, it will never be smell so sweet. The bouquet, so it's a collection, you take it as one unit, and therefore the verb will agree to it. It will be singular. Next is rule number 3. Subjects that are joined by and in a sentence use a plural verb. Subjects that are joined by either or, neither nor, use a singular verb. Very, very, very important. So two subjects joined by and will use plural verb. Radha and Meera are coming home. So Radha and Meera are two subjects. They are joined by and. So here you are talking about two individuals. So definitely your verb will be in plural, right? Now neither Akshay nor Rohit is coming home. So whenever you are joining two subjects with neither or neither nor or either or, you will always have is or the singular verb. Why? Because you are talking about any one person, neither Akshay nor Rohit. So there is no plurality. Similarly, my dad or my mom is arriving today. So either your dad is arriving or your mom is arriving. So you are also talking about one single person. So therefore, it will be, the verb will be in singular. Rule number 4. The verb in a sentence containing or, either or, neither nor agrees with the noun or pronoun closest to it. Very, 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 very important. Okay. So the verb in a sentence containing or, neither nor, either or. For example, neither the shoes nor the bag matches the dress. So here you see the verb is matches. It will agree to the subject or the noun which is closest to it. Noun or pronoun which is closest to it. So what is closest to it? Bag is closest to it. So bag is singular. Therefore, the verb will also be singular. Next is neither the bag nor the shoes match the dress. So here, what is closest to the verb? Shoes. Shoes is closest to the verb and shoes is plural. Therefore, your verb will also be plural. Very simple, right? Okay, rule number 5. When the subject is followed by verbs such as well as, along with, besides, not, etc., ignore them and use a singular verb if the subject is singular. For example, Matt as well as his dog is expected shortly. So very simply explaining the rule, whenever there is along with, as well as, or besides, or not, you have to use the singular verb. Very simple. Pratik along with his brother is going to school. So whenever you have these as well as, along with, besides, always remember to use singular verb. Moving ahead, rule number 6. In sentences that begin with here, there, the true subject usually follows the verb. Here are the chocolates. There is a big puddle on the road. So here are the chocolates. So you are seeing over here, chocolates is the subject, right? So since it is plural, therefore you will have to use the plural form. There is a big puddle. So it is talking about one big puddle, a singular big puddle, right? So therefore it is again using singular verb. So very simple. Rule number 7. In sentences that include sums of money, periods of time, or distances, etc., as a unit, use singular verb. For example, 50 rupees is a high price to pay. Do not use 50 rupees are a high price. Wrong, wrong, wrong. Okay. Sorry, 500 rupees. I'm sorry. So 500 rupees is a high price. So whenever you are talking about money, sum of money like 500 rupees, 10 rupees, 20 rupees, 200, 2000, whatever it may be, whatever the case may be, you always use singular verb. 62 years is the minimum age of retirement. Again, you are using what? You are using, age or period of time. Period of time you are using. So there also you will use singular verb. 10 kilometers is too far to walk. So don't be confused by the S, okay? Since rupees also has S, years also has S, and kilometers also has yes. But please do remember, whenever you are talking about sum of money, periods of time, or distance as a unit, always use the singular verb. Rule number 8, in the case of words such as a lot of, all, some, etc., pay attention to the noun after of. Very important. If the noun after of is singular, use a singular verb. If plural, use a plural verb. All of the cake is gone. So see, the noun after of is cake, singular, so is gone. All of the cakes are gone. Noun after of, cake, simple, plural. A lot of the cake, singular, is. A lot of the cakes, plural, are. Some of the cake, singular, is. Some of the cakes, plural, are. So a lot of, some, whenever you have these words, always pay attention to the noun after of. Rule number 9. In case of collective nouns, as I told you about bouquet as well, group, population, family, verbs can be singular or plural depending on the use. Now this is a little confusing, right? Most of the family is here or here. Half of the population was against the bill or were against the bill. So it depends on the use in their sentence. So this is basically contextual. Whenever you are writing a paragraph, whatever the context demands, you need to use this. Both are correct. Okay. Moving ahead with the rule number 10. Nouns such as mathematics, civics, news, etc., while in plural, are singular in meaning and singular verbs. So mathematics, though it contains S, is difficult for some people like me. मेरे लिए बहुत difficult था. The news, though it contains is S, is very saddening. Okay, so don't be confused again by S, right? So mathematics, civics, news, these are certain nouns which always are in plural form, but they are singular in meaning and therefore they use singular verbs. Next is a sentence that expresses wish, request or contrary to fact. So that they are not factual but they are expressing wish, or they can be expression of request. The word were is used instead of was. I wish my sister were here. Aditya requested that she raise her glass. Okay, so you are always using what? Were. Whenever you have I wish I were a bird, right? So you are wishing you could be that you were a bird. So never use was, right? So whenever there is a request or there is, a wish, always use were instead of was. I wish I were a bird. I wish I were a fairy, like this, right? Okay. So now let us have some exercise. Okay? So this is the question. Do not look at the answer now. So take these questions down. Let me read out the questions to you. Okay? Take a notebook or keep in your mind whatever is convenient for you, and then see how much you score, and don't forget to comment on the comment section what is your score. Alright? So the lady in the car looks like your mother. Most of the milk is or are gone. One of the flowers has or have wilted. Either Ram or Sham is or are coming today. Here is or are the newspaper. The group of dancers is or are here. Civics is or are my favorite subject. I hope you have got your answers by now. So now let's check what are the answers, and please do give your answers, give your scores in the comment section. I would really love that. Answers. The lady in the car looks like your mother, because you are talking about one lady who is there in the car. Simple. Looks. Most of the milk is gone. Okay. One of the flowers has wilted. Either Ram or Shyam is coming today, as we read in the rule. All these we already have seen in the rules, right? So these are based on that. So if you have not understood, revisit the rules again and please check it. Here is the newspaper. The group of dancers is, it can be is as well or are as well, because we have learned that collective nouns, they can be both is or are depending on the context, right? Civics is my favorite subject. So I hope you enjoyed the session today, and please do not forget to comment your score below. And if you have enjoyed and if you have learned and if you are now totally confident about solving the subject-verb agreement, subject-verb concord, this is essential for, error correction, gap filling, all those exercises, the closed passage that will come in your syllabus, right? So this is one of the very important concepts in order to solve the closed passage, right? Because they are going to, give you a passage which has an error in the subject-verb agreement, and you need to identify that. So this would be really helpful to you, and I hope it is. So thank you guys. Take care. See you all in the next session. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.